right. Welcome to Here We Go.
Man, that's slow, man. Here we go. Let's go.
Well, I'm trying to throw the lack of enthusiasm based off of the results that we're going to be covering here at the moment.
Yeah, for me,
We just finished watching both of our games for the Sunday football week 12, and we're going to just kick it off right now and go to Nathan, since that's just fresh in the blood. Is it still boiling?
Actually, no.
No, you calm down now?
Yeah, it's frustrating, but when you kind of expect certain things to happen and then they continue to do the same things, it's kind of like, well, I mean, why would I expect anything different? So,
right.
I mean,
why am I not surprised that this is what's happening?
Right, exactly. So, like I say, I hope for the win always, but unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Bad Kirk showed his ugly head. He's been hiding them for a while.
You mean consistent Kirk?
Well, consistent. What is that? That's what we're looking for.
The Kirk that you saw today.
No, that's not the Kirk. How can you say that's the consistent Kirk?
Because that's what you've been saying almost all season of what he's been doing.
No, he's been playing like an MVP all season. He's been having a great year. I'm proud of you, Kirk. I just need you to keep it together. And honestly, I always say, like, if you're going to have one of these games, let's do it during the regular season, and we'll save it for the playoffs. But Justin looked very frustrated. That's one of the things I am going to keep my eyes out for.
He didn't look frustrated. He looked pissed off.
I mean, Kirk only missed him like 8 times. I get it. We're back to target.
Did that throw to his feet count as a target?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He had like 5 throw. He had 7 targets, but 5 of them were uncatchable. So really had like 2 targets.
2 realistic targets, because that was crazy. Yeah, that.
And he caught 3 uncatchable targets too, by the way. But that's kind of what happens when you throw to that guy anyways.
Yeah. So, tell us more how you feel. What are you going to get into the keys?
Yeah, I'm just going to get into the keys to the loss. I'm going to start with number 3. Now, this one...
You're good.
This is one of the ones where I usually say it's going to be one of the keys. It's the offensive line. But I'm not going to blame the offensive line today. Even though Darisaw went down with a knee, looked like a knee. I hope it's not too long, but it looked like he might be out for a while.
Well, Udo, man.
Man, now you took the thunder, and I don't even care. I don't even want to say his name. He was hands down. I mean, it's like it's bad enough he gives up 2 penalties a game, and you keep him out there for some reason. But now he ends up getting our starting running back hurt. Cook goes down. He fumbles the ball on the same play. His shoulder gets injured and then the next play, what does he do? Holding. So it's just This actually leads me into my second point, which is coaching, because again, how are you allowing a single player to sabotage a football game that has 11 players on offense, 11 players on defense, and then all the different special teams units? You let one dude sabotage the hard work of 53 other players.
Wow, I mean, you ranked coaching as the number 1 reason for the win last week, and now it's the reason for the loss.
Well, it's definitely the reason, because they keep
doing
these
the
players
waffle.
out.
Is it the waffle?
Man,
doing the waffle.
And then we're scared. It's like we're scared to make a mistake with the timeout, so we just don't call them, I guess. So we just let San Francisco burn off all the clock while we have 3 in our pocket again, and then we drive down and run out of time, and we're like, damn, I wish we had another 5. Oh, shit. Well, we got these timeouts we get to carry. Oh, wait, we don't carry
you don't
those?
get to carry your 3 timeouts from the first half that you didn't decide to call and let them run up the clock again in the first half.
So I call the team a waffle, and it makes me a waffle, because I'm back to fucking Fire Zimmer again.
We should brand some waffle makers.
Man,
we should
put we had a player Sloter. It was the House of Pancakes. So it was Waffle House. It was Sloter House, but he got hit with copyrights and shit. But man, the Vikings is the House of Pancakes. Well, not pancakes. No, House of Waffles. It just,
especially the kicker today, man. He waffled your ass today too.
And hey, I'm not even gonna knock the kicker. Everybody's been sucking this year kicking wise, and it was an extra point. He's been he makes the game winners. That's all I care about right now. Don't miss no more game winners. Forget the extra points. It should come down to 1 point. I'm gonna blame Udo and the coaches first.
Those are first 2.
Yeah, my kicker on his extra point, I'm gonna put him at like reason number 15 of why we lost today.
All right. So what's reason number 1?
I hate to do it, man. I've been on MVP Kirk all year. But it has to be Kirk Cousins, dude. If we didn't have the best receiver duo in the league, he probably would have threw 3 interceptions and had like 18 incompletions because our receivers was doing.
So it's kind of like you had Mason Rudolph on the field. Yes, you've seen Mason. You've seen Mason, so you know.
Kirk's usually more accurate than this, but today he was just off.
He was just Rudolph. Huh?
Man, he definitely.
You got Rudolph.
He might have watched that game last week and it rubbed off or something. 2 weeks ago, I don't know. Whenever it was, he's so forgettable. I can't remember when the last time he played. I just remember it was awful. Right? Sound about right? Awful.
Sound about just awful.
Last time, awful. So yeah, I'm just gonna blame Kurt flat out. I think he had an awful game. He missed his targets. He frustrated our receivers. It's like, man, how hard is it to throw to great receivers?
Apparently that hard.
It must be, right? It's like, man, he loves checking down to Delvin.
Well, I mean, it's not so much just throwing it to wide receivers, but
just throwing
catchable passes to your wide receivers.
And if I see this dude throw one more fucking Hail Mary out of bounds, I swear to God. Dude, it's called a fucking Hail Mary. Throw it up. How you going to win a game throwing it out of bounds? Again. What is this?
Take the shot, man. I mean, take the shot.
Fuck your stats.
For real, right. Yeah, because especially in the first half.
He just seems like a cunt that don't give a fuck about anybody but himself.
You gave up on the receivers. Like you didn't even bother to look that deep down the field. You're like, oh, no.
Just trash. It was just trash performance. So
3 deep. Let's not do nothing.
Yeah, why have great receivers? Fuck, we might as well run Mason Rudolph out there.
Unless he thought he had like Optimus Prime as a tight end to catch it or something. I don't know.
I think he wanted to give a little chuck up to his buddy Shanahan out there running the offense that he wants to be in. So I personally think that's the kind of guy he is. Yeah, I don't like Kirk anymore. He doesn't seem like
we'll see what happens next week.
Hey, as long as what happens. I cheered for Brett Favre. I can cheer for Kirk Cousins.
I don't
like that dude and think he's the guy. So
I mean,
I don't know. I'm tired of it. Anyways,
seesaw here.
Yeah, I'm back on my waffle ride with the Vikings per usual. So we're gonna jump into next week, and we may be creeping back into Coach Fireball zones.
Who you got this week? Or it's coming up week.
We are going to the Detroit Lions.
I mean, this is a good comeback game.
We need this, right? This has to bounce back. So let's just jump into the keys to the win because, number one, we just have to win this game. We're pretty much out of the playoffs. This is kind of a statement. Like, if you're really a playoff team, like we hope that they are, if we lose to the Lions,
this is the verge at teetering at 500.
I mean, we got the 2 teams that just tied each other coming in the next 2 weeks, and we have to come out 2-0 in this. And I know you don't want to hear that, but I think from the Vikings standpoint, they need to get these next 2 games because we got to start writing this ship. Got to get some consistency going. Playoffs are coming soon. We got to get it going. So,
see what happens with Cook. Got to hear what happens with Cook. Get some updates on that during the week because
I honestly think they're more
follow
creative.
us on Twitter and we'll let you know how we feel about it.
I think they're more creative without Cook. Every time Cook goes out, they seem like the offense explodes more for some reason because they don't feel like they're obligated to force it to them 17 times for 18 yards.
So who are you going to force it to now?
Madison, who came in and got 7 carries for 11 yards. So, at least they're keeping it consistent, right? They know how to do that part well. So, so that'll be my third key to the victory is we need this win, so we got to win it.
It's a must win.
Yeah, it's a must win. So, second one, we need to get healthy. You mentioned Cook. I don't think Cook's going to be back. I've been saying for a while I wish they would sit him a little bit because he's obviously been slow.
The way he reached for his shoulder looked like he may have popped out or something.
Or a pec muscle or something. Who knows? So.
Hoping not his clavicle. Then he's out he could be out for the season if it's clavicle.
The good thing is he didn't land on it, so it would look more like a muscle thing than a bone break or anything like that. So he'll be out for a couple weeks. But that brings in Kenne, so hopefully we get a chance to see a little more Kenne going because he had 1 carry for 7 yards.
That dude's got some speed, man. Has some speed.
I still don't understand why he doesn't have the green light to return kicks 5 yards deep.
Because it's Zimmer?
Right, but I mean, of course, you're right. You're right.
Why even ask that question? Because you know the answer.
You're right. Because it's like, why would you want your weapons to have the ball in their hand? We're going to go stop somebody on deep. Oh, shit. What we give up the last 2 weeks? Like 30 points each game? Come on, Jim. We got to get some D going. So we need to get healthy. That'll help with the defense since we had our entire offense or defensive line out this last game. Thought the subs came in and did a pretty good job. Got a couple sacks, so Garoppolo was on the ground quite a bit, actually. Only could imagine what we did with the starters, but yeah. So, and then my third key is almost my first key. It's you got to bounce back. I mean, this championship teams, they have crappy games every once in a while, but you bounce back. I've seen Tom Brady have a awful game and then come back and beat somebody with 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, 400 yards. So, I'd love to see a Kirk Player of the Week next week against a Detroit on the road, on the turf, quick ground, beat up. They're ready to fire their coach. Man, let's fire both coaches. This might be the great time.
No, Lions are going
to call it Bloody Sunday or something.
No, they're not going to fire this coach, the Lions, because they brought him in knowing they're probably going to go this route.
Yeah, but
that's why they brought this. They didn't bring in like, they brought in like an assistant offensive line coach, like.
All right, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
They said that too, but I heard the chatter's been picking up steam now. Because, they'll listen to it a little bit. You got to get a win or two.
Oh, you shouldn't. No, that's being too much like the Browns. We had like 5 coaches in 7 seasons. No, that's.
I don't know. This is almost. I don't know. I agree. It can get into an ugly cycle. But the Browns got a pretty good coach now. Sometimes it's almost like the quarterback. Like how I say, like, man, you mess up on your first round draft pick quarterback, you're going to suck again. Go take another one. If Josh Rosen sucks, you go draft Kyler Murray next year.
And why haven't the Vikings got a quarterback?
Because we have a $50 million quarterback that's amazing.
But
well, I mean, if he's getting paid 50, you would assume, but, he actually lined up over the
tell us the real reason why they're not drafting a quarterback?
Well, they did draft one this year. They drafted Mon, but then they don't want to threaten Kirk. I told you, because of Kirk.
Because Kirk is sabotaging the team.
He's not sabotaging the team. I think he's just.
You said that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I just
what?
think
why? And you say don't put words in your mouth. He's like, don't take words out your mouth.
Here's my thing. I say all sorts of shit. You can't hold me to any of this. So I can say one. You call me a waffle already, and then you're gonna be like, you waffling. Of course, I'm a waffle. So what you want?
It's not you want my waffle?
Commentary? Well, then I'm going to write notes, and then you can just read my fact notes up. Nathan, what do you think about this? Oh, hold on. Oh, he says... Exciting shit, man. Oh, wait, hold on. Nathan's rebuttals. Here we go. Oh. Good stuff. Anyways, back to this game. Bounce back. We got to beat Detroit. It should be an easy blowout. It feels like I don't even have to spend much time talking about these guys.
Yeah, you almost lost to them the last time.
But right, and if we do lose, it's going to be ugly Kirk shows his head again. So, I mean, I hate to put it all on the quarterback, but it is football, right? Isn't that who gets all the blame and all the praise?
Not to Kirk.
What you mean? He was MVP Kirk last week.
He blames the receivers and the coach.
Well, yeah, that's Kirk though. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we don't care what he thinks. The world doesn't revolve around him, even though he may think so. Right? Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
So Kirk's entitled to his. I'm entitled to mine. So yeah, my projection for the score next week is 31-16. So yeah, hopefully next week we're in a better mood. Got a little party poop over here stanking all over my little video. We'll let him go on his little negative rant, and I'll sit over here and smile because that's what we do.
Right.
All right. Well.
Right.
Thanks for checking us out. See you
like,
next time.
Share, subscribe.
Tell your friends.
Don't tell your mom's friends.
Tell them too, and your aunties and your cousins and your uncles. We like the uncles too.
We'll go with the uncles. I don't know about the aunties and the mom's friends.
Tios and tias. All of them. All I'm
right. Chavez.
I'm Nathan.
Here we Skol.
All right.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, make it a touchdown. Rock 'em.
Here